The first thing that I want to go over with all of you artists is I want to make sure that all of your social media platforms are done. So, and what I mean by that is I want to make sure that even if you're doing your personal pages and profiles on Facebook and Instagram and even TikTok and Pinterest, which been learning a lot about Pinterest. And I mean, some of you guys could probably give us some advice about that because I am seeing a lot of the artists that actually do videos where they actually show themselves painting. It is unbelievable the amount of views that they get per month. Some of them I've seen upwards of like 500,000 views every month. So, yeah, it is a big deal. And of course, if you have an Etsy store or you have, e-commerce, or maybe you're on some of these print on demand POD sites, you have your profiles, and to make sure that everything is updated as far as like where your art can be found on your website, on the e-commerce. Even I've had seeing more and more even art being sold on Facebook Marketplace of all places. And these are serious artists. These are not crafters like you might think, because even myself as a furniture and designer and retailer, this last house, I actually purchased quite a bit from Facebook Marketplace here in Phoenix and Scottsdale. And there are so many people that are, have a beautiful like antiques, or they have beautiful furniture that maybe it was in a room that nobody used. And they found themselves like, oh, I don't, I'm changing up my look, or, oh, this is my second or third home. And so I want to really stretch your possibilities of like how you can get your art in the hands of people who want to own your art. So like I said, make sure that all of your social media platforms are all consistent with the descriptions and with where to find you, how to get a hold of you. Do you use Messenger as like a way of getting in touch with you? Even some people, if they're doing international, are using WhatsApp as well. So but again, these platforms are for you to thrive, and you can do a lot of this. If you want, you can actually do it faceless. You don't have to have your face on camera, you don't have to do those things, but people want to see the art, and they want to see even the building or creation of your art and your artisan work. So if you can put videos, or if you do classes or tutorials or anything like that, that's going to help monetize your gifting. So, and again, a big place that I saw a lot of this was on Pinterest, and it was really amazing to see how many people are either doing watercolor, or they're doing pencil illustration, or pen, or any other kinds of mediums. And again, you're going to get people that are going to want to follow you. They're going to want to know, how do I get your prints or your originals, or how do I take a class and I can learn how to do this as well? So those are things, like I said, to just get comfortable with putting all of this in a place. And if you have branding for your art, that is definitely a bonus. And if you don't have a brand, if you need a logo, we actually have some people in our team that can do that as well. Or you could go to Fiverr and you could find somebody to do that branding for you. But this will set you above and beyond other people that are in the space, because if you are acting like a business along with your gifting that that God has given you. So, and again, if you have any problems, or if you want to share in the community, please give us your experience. And if there's something that you learn that you want to share with the group, that would be great as well. And with that, to be starting to network online, get involved with groups. If you can get involved even on Nextdoor, like in your community, in your neighborhood, and you can introduce yourself and say, hey, I'm in your neighborhood. I'm in, in my case, like I'm in, Northern Phoenix. And it's like, I could go on there and I could say, hey, my name is Debbie Merrick and I am an artist and I do, if it was watercolor, and you could put, one of your pieces, and people love that, because if they know that your love and your passion is the art, they're not going to look at it as some spammy, salesy thing. They're going to understand that you have a gift and that you just want to share it with the world. And so, like I said, places like Nextdoor, places like, the Facebook groups, the other groups, even on, if you're on LinkedIn, that's something that might not be as applicable for you as an artist, but I'm not going to let that, get in your way. If you feel more comfortable on LinkedIn and you think for your business, maybe people that are buying corporate art, maybe they're, people that, are going into buildings, and other designers, that are there in LinkedIn. So I don't want to like put any parameters or boundaries on what is possible for you. You just want to find what makes sense for you. And the fact that, if you're new to online selling, I would definitely just do something as simple. I mean, this could be, a practice of like just putting a 7-day discipline in place, where on either your on your personal, put your art, like a piece of art or your, artisan piece, a piece of it, maybe do a description, maybe a story, just something, a description about why you created this or what inspired you, and where people can find your art. So put that in the comments, like with your website, and just spend that 7 days. So consistently post 7 days in a row and see what happens. Because you could also ask your friends and family to like your page, like your Facebook page. So these are the simple things. And like I said, I know that sometimes things can be overwhelming and that you feel like, oh, it's too much for me. But again, these are the simple things that if you do these things consistently, you're going to get raving fans. You're going to get people who want to follow you. And one of the things that we're going to be offering in our school community is we're looking for artists who want to collaborate on reels. And we're going to be talking about that, in some future either training from myself or some other people. But again, this is why this is value add. This is not just for me to sit here and talk and like tell you like what to do. This is like a community that we want you to be involved in. So if you are having a win this week, if you had like a strategy or something that worked for you, feel free to put it in the community. And we want to share and celebrate in you. And so again, these are the simple things. We just want to make sure that if you're missing something, and maybe like I said, maybe you didn't think about Pinterest, maybe you didn't think about LinkedIn to connect with designers, maybe getting with some of the other art uh, people with you in your, like the museums or some of these artist groups, other networking groups that might be online. I actually have a couple. I don't know if they're taking any new artists, but I can also share that with you guys in the group as well. So, but again, it's exciting, and I can't wait to see all of your art and just to see what you guys are up to. And feel free to reach out if you need anything. Thanks, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks.